What exactly made you to leave the APC and eventually you came back to the same party again after that lengthy letter that you had written? Some people said they thought you were moving into the, quote, obedient movement. They felt surprised when you came back. And I mean, I have been reading some of the tweets, even still against you. Some of them are feeling unhappy that you had to come back to the APC.
You see, the condition that led to my exit from APC is clear, because I had been all over the media talking about it. I was at one point even in this studio discussing about the reasons why I'm not altogether comfortable with financialization of our political processes in Nigeria. And that is it. And also the high-handedness and the imposition of the candidates, you know, that clearly showed out during the APC National Convention, which
that's completely for the election of the national officers
of the party, you know. So I complained about it extensively, and that's why I felt like if I stayed in this party, we might not necessarily get justice. And on pulling out, something strange happened. Suddenly, the party recovered its soul by allowing the freest and the fairest primary election ever in the history of this country. Ever in the history of our democracy.
Some people would actually doubt that because they have been other previous primaries.
I'm telling you, this is the most freest and the fairest primary election ever conducted in the history of Nigerian democracy, and Shettima's pair. And that is why I said, for my love of the country, let me keep whatever my personal ambitions. Let me come and join the team that we can be able to build a better Nigeria. Since I want to be the president in the future, I want to inherit a very strong, united, prosperous country. And these guys, the two of them, are very capable because they have shown from their antecedents, from their track record, capacity and competency to deliver the desired result that have that have elevated so many people in the sphere of their activities. So the best
I can tell you that some people which have seen the polity having 3 or some would even say 4 strong political parties and their presidential candidates in 2023, APC doesn't stand any chance, considering that Peter Obi is there. You have Kwankwaso, who is there, and then, of course, your number one opposition, who has always been there with you, Atiku Abubakar. In the midst of all of this, what are the chances of a Tinubu and Shettima withstanding this very strong opposition? Because unlike other political seasons that we used to have just A or B or A or Z, this time around we have several options that are open to Nigerians, and of course you would have seen what's going on social media with the obedient movement.
Yes, you are completely right that there is a strong opposition against itself, because the opposition composition in the party in Nigeria, they are all fighting against each other. Obi is fighting to take the chunk from PDP, while Kwankwaso is also fighting to take the chunk from PDP. And that is exactly what is happening.
Doesn't that include APC
It doesn't include APC. And I can give you a simple example. Let me give you a simple example of what happened in Kano just recently. I think a few days ago, and even I think as of yesterday, the presidential candidate of PDP was in Kano. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar moved around fantastically, was able to cajole and bring in Malam Ibrahim Shekarau to his fold. A very good plus for the party. A very good plus for APC. Why? Because the strength that NNPP has in Kano is broken. Because Shekarau and Kwankwaso bond will have given us headache. Now, Kwankwaso has taken his own share. Shekarau has took more larger share from what Kwankwaso had, and they divided themselves between the PDP and NPP caucus. We in APC, we remain untouched, and they've given us far better opportunity to be able to reclaim Kano, which is similar case that is likely going to reflect in Nigeria. Obi is chopping a lot from PDP, while Kwankwaso is chopping a lot from PDP. Combined, they will decimate themselves, leaving us with nearly 40% of the entire votes that is going to be casted, which is a clear win for us.
And you think it's a positive one for you. There are fears that in the Northwest, it may be difficult for Tinubu and Shettima to be able to make an inroad very well. Look at Kebbi State, for example. The APC has lost out in that state, and of course, you have the Senator Adamu Alero, and of course, Yahya Abdullah, a former Senate leader, all moving to the PDP, go to Sokoto. PDP is very strong there, although Wamako is trying to ensure that there's some sanity within the APC there. And then you go to other states. Look, for example, like Jigawa, because Badaru is unable to be able to get his own governorship candidate to be in the APC. It's been difficult. Do you think that the Northwest, which Tinubu and Shettima are really banking on, can be able to give them that advantage, considering that the Northeast, which Shettima is coming from, is going to be divided by Atiku, who comes from that region?
The truth of the matter is, when you look at Northwest, Northwest has been a politically consensus region. At the end of the day, if you look at their voting pattern of presidents, it's been one line. So either they are together with you or they are not together with you. Internally, within the states, there could be some squabbles. But when it comes to the presidential election, it's going to be a unison, which we are very sure, based on the available statistics and based on the clear, of course, demonstration of the regional and the zonal arrangement that we have in the country's political system. The Northwest is going to vote for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima in block. And don't forget, the crisis that we have is just a crisis between the elite in those states. It doesn't affect the core voters, which are like my demography, the younger generation. The younger generation care more about so many specific checklists that Tinubu and Shettima fit in perfectly well. And that is why we are not looking at even the squabbles of our senior citizens in our states. We are targeting the future. Then why are we going to be worried about internal state squabble? We are going to vote for Tinubu and Shettima en masse.
And some people will say that you're betraying your generation, because here you have older people who are supposed to give opportunity to younger people like you, and you're still going out there to canvass for them. And then the other accusation will be that people like Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar have engaged in what is called state capture with their finances, that the allegations are that they almost bought their way during the presidential primaries because they have monies and all of that, not because people necessarily want them. And so there's been the accusation that, okay, if they bought their way, then the delegates should come out, the delegates that they paid should come out and vote for them. Don't you see it as a betrayal of your generation that you're supporting people that will be termed gerontocrats in Nigerian politics?
Yes, people will call them gerontocrats. But it's unfortunate that we have a process for you to be able to emerge as a political leader in Nigeria. And this process is through a political party system. And if you truly want to win power, you must be able to scale through the political party machinery to be able to evolve and emerge. So the fact that we have tried, if I can risk everything about myself and come out and try, it means that we really wanted to do it, but we failed. So we must accept the fact that we have failed. And if someone won, if we truly want to lead tomorrow, we should be able to understand when we fail and reorganize ourselves while supporting those that win, so that we can also be supported when it is our time.
So why are you not supporting younger presidential candidates? I mean, there are younger people, some people 45, some 50, 51, and all of that.
I belong to a political party, and my political party is APC. And my candidate is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. They might look old to both of us, but they have actually absolutely younger brain. If you listen to their speeches, you will see them connecting clearly to the 21st century. There is a speech that Kashim Shettima delivered. You can be able to link it up with a research paper that was published by Fitch Rating about Africa between now to 2080. So it means if you put these guys in charge, they will put us on track between now to 2080, towards the end of this century. This is the kind of mind that we want on the table. And the fact that our party is able to mob through turbidity and produce the finest among us, it is our responsibility to support them. In fact, I consider it a political crime against Nigeria if you don't support Tinubu Shettima ticket.
Well,